Last but not least, we are going to talk about Stack Five,
Jack
Steven
Five.
Jackson, friend of the friend of the channel, who has some words for Sebastian Telfair. Sebastian Telfair, former prodigy, former underachieving as a pro NBA player, in my opinion. Um, Recently was on an episode of Vlad's show, and he kind of was talking about how Kobe used to keep side chicks. And, Steven Jackson was not liking that. And so Steven Jackson was like, hey, man, we got to stop all of this because, number one, you speaking on the dead. And number two, what's with all of these, guys, getting on the internet and trying to, speak on other people in this way just for attention. So here's what Steven Jackson had to say. And then for context, we will attempt to play what Telfair had to say. Hopefully the video doesn't get flagged, but we'll go ahead and give it a shot. But this says Steven Jackson blasts Sebastian Telfair for speaking negatively about Kobe Bryant. Steven Jackson recently called out Sebastian Telfair for his comments about Kobe Bryant, expressing his frustration and disappointment in Telfair's remarks. Jackson criticized Telfair for seeking attention through negative comments about other athletes, specifically targeting Kobe. Hey man, to all the athletes that might go through hard times, that their career don't go the way they want to go, just don't be Sebastian Telfair, dog. Okay, don't be him. So anxious and so greedy to have some attention that he just walking around saying anything on our show, talking about Chris Paul and everybody. Now you're going to say stuff about Kobe, like, bro, come on, bro. So in his statement, Jackson urged athletes who might face difficult times or whose careers don't go as planned to avoid becoming like Telfair. He emphasized that seeking attention by spreading baseless claims about others is not the way to handle personal struggles. Jackson's primary concern was the disrespect shown towards Kobe Bryant, who is no longer alive to defend himself. He expressed his disbelief that Telfair would stoop to such a level, calling it the weakest behavior. So here's what Mr. Jackson had to say. Stack five.
Hey man, to all the athletes that might go through hard times, the career don't go the way they want to go, just don't be Sebastian Telfair, dog. Okay? Don't be him. So anxious and so greedy to have some attention that he just walking around saying anything on our show, talking about Chris Paul and everybody. Now he going to saying stuff about Kobe. Like, bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, what are you gaining from that? What type of attention you think you gaining from that, bro? Like, that's the weakest shit in the world to even mention the dead about what's like. That's crazy, bro. But you can't be mad at people for the mistakes you made, for the decisions you made, all right? That's sad when a motherfucker got to bring up other people to make himself look better because he ain't got shit going on and he ain't doing nothing to be proud of. I got to cut this weak shit out. Do not be Sebastian Telfair.
This
Well.
PSA brought to you by Steven Jackson.
Wow.
And so this was the video that Steven Jackson was responding to. So we'll go ahead and get this queued up here. All right. So here is what Steven Jackson was responding to. This is Sebastian Telfair talking about Kobe. Oh,
Shit
hold up.
off.
Let me bring it
But
back.
that's ain't much. I'll give y'all another Kobe story with the chicks. Shit off. But that's ain't much. So yeah, my exes and her, the little go out group with Emily and Piara and all them girls, whatever. And yeah, so it was this one chick in the group, I won't say her name, and she was the baddest, right? And she was a friend of all the girls and all this. And then she comes to LA. She's staying at my house. They all staying at my house in LA at this time. I think it's my ex-wife birthday, right? And we playing against the Lakers, and she at the game with us. And then we ain't see her for 8 months. We ain't see her for 8 months. And I was like, yo, where is this girl at? And when she popped back up. Yeah, she was living at the Palazzo right there, across from what's that mall out there in LA? What's the shopping mall
Beverly
outside?
Center?
Huh?
Beverly Center?
Not
No, the
Beverly
Grove?
Center. The Grove.
Yeah.
Kobe and snatched her. Kobe must have been shooting a free throw like she bad. Kobe had them chicks, but he wasn't in no clubs.
Jeez.
All right, so Steven Jackson did not take too kindly to that. He had a serious issue with Telfair speaking on this. I guess once this particular episode has been live and embedded into YouTube, we'll know whether we need to edit that out. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it's fair use, but we'll see. We might get copyrighted for that. Certain people on the internet are very greedy and pretentious and self-righteous when it comes to the use of their content. You know, Vlad and DJ Academics chiefly among them.
Mhm.
But what did you make of Steven Jackson and what he had to say about Telfair telling that story?
Well, first of all, I'm glad that he took time off from his busy days on O Block and yeah, and decide to say something that actually has some relevance to it and some honor behind it. When I saw the clip of Sebastian, I saw it online of him saying this. As I'm hearing him say that, tell this story, I'm going, why you going there? And I just immediately scrolled up as soon as I heard him talking like that about Kobe. It was like, bro, I don't want to hear that. And why are you doing this now for clout? Just to say that you were associated with a girl that you wanted to hit, but you weren't him like Kobe is, so he actually hit her. You actually here to tell me that story? I can't believe that. And yet here he is telling that story to Vladimir. And so that's the part about this that I didn't care for. Because also in the algorithms right now that's just gone on in life is that Kobe's father passed. But dealing with DJ Vlad, he's going to try to poke and prod on something. And I don't know how he, maybe he was keeping this in the holster or maybe he asked something. I don't like, oh, how did they come up with this? But be that as it may, Vlad don't do stuff by accident. And so I feel like this is also part of his algorithm play to be out there when something's going on with somebody. And for them to try to sully Kobe, I've never seen so many people come after one person after he passed. Now, I've heard people say that Kobe kind of did the same thing to Shaq, like snitching on him or whatever with his infidelities. Hey, look, man, it's whatever. All I'm saying is that the way that Sebastian Telfair was carrying himself in that moment, it wasn't honorable. I hope he does get the help he needs if he's scrambling around for DJ Vlad interviews. And looking bug-eyed the way he is. I hope he's doing all right. But this is not the way to do it, dude. And this reminds me a lot of that LaShawn McCoy situation. Now, we didn't cover that here. But LaShawn McCoy had a similar incident where he's just out here podcasting and spilling tea as a man. Can't believe it.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that.
And he wanted to throw Mutombo of all people under the bus.
Yeah, yeah.
Mutombo won't hurt a fly.
Yeah.
And he's out there actually helping his community and doing stuff. And you know what I'm saying? And you want to throw out Mutombo name out there for clicks and views. But this is the era we in, bro. When they painting nails and they doing all this other stuff, bro, they're gonna start going down the line of other sucker things.
Yep.
And then all this non-honorable behavior, it just becomes normalized.
Yep.
And so this is the part about it that I do not like. You know what I'm saying? Whatever Kobe did with, in his time off or whatever, and him and his wife, they got to deal with that. But nobody knew this until this guy come around here saying that. And so everybody still know about his wife. Everybody still know about his daughter that's still out here. And you out here throwing stuff in the mix for a Vlad check. So Vlad, he can go kick rocks. Sebastian, he can go kick rocks, man. Just very just distasteful behavior right here. I don't care for it. And for once, man, Stack 5 coming out with a take that I can agree with. Oh man, what's going on there? But what are your thoughts, sir, on Sebastian Telfair spilling tea and Steven Jackson correcting him on that? What are your thoughts?
I'm with Stack and I'm with you. I think that this is gross, hideous behavior.
Mhm.
But this comes from the same place of I'll smash your girl on
Right,
purpose.
right.
Knowingly. There's no men no longer live by a code that they stand on.
Correct.
We just don't. It's just whatever man, it's just every man for himself. Anything goes. There's no honor, there's no code.
Mhm.
So I can know you for 20 years, but if your girl is getting fresh with me, I'm a smash
Right.
on purpose. Even though I've known you for 20 years. It comes from the same Drake place. It's the, it's
No,
the
fact, that's
same.
what he does.
It's the same thing, and it's disgusting. Like that's why the women don't respect us anymore because we don't have a code that we stand on.
Correct.
That's why women know that they can extract whatever they want from us because they know we're slaves to vagina, and we will willingly bend the knee, submit
Mm-hmm.
because we don't have a code.
Mm-hmm.
As long as she has a pretty face and a fat ass, usually surgically enhanced, we throwing the whole book at her. We're throwing the whole book at her. Do you
Yep.
think half these chicks? And I'm going on a tangent right quick.
Nah, in
But
fact,
do you think half these chicks who be running out here getting these BBLs would still be doing it if they knew that guys would be like, I'm straight off that. I don't need
Correct.
it. I like the
Correct.
natural.
Correct.
They wouldn't be doing it.
Right.
They only do it because they know that sucker dudes with no code will just do it because they're a walking ATM machine. They just ready to cash out at any given moment.
Mhm.
And that's what a guy with no backbone, no spine, no morals, no code, no ethics does.
Mhm.
And that's what Telfair is putting on display here.
Right.
You know, not to make this about men, not to make this something between men and women, but you know, I expect women to engage in attention-seeking behavior more than men. Men are the builders, men are the architects, the orchestrators, traditionally. So men historically have not had to relegate themselves to attention-seeking behavior for notoriety and financial gain because they've had whatever it is that they practice or build or
Mhm.
muster or create in order to earn that, in order to get that, in order to earn what they want for themselves. But
Mhm.
obviously those days are long gone, and men are engaging in attention-seeking behavior at just as great, if not an even greater rate than women. And I find this to be absolutely disgusting. See, if Sebastian Telfair, and this is more of a greater conversation about men's tendencies than just about Telfair to me.
Correct. Correct.
If Telfair was the type of person who maximized his opportunity as a professional basketball player, maybe he would have had $1 million to invest in something that can grow over time so that he did not have to resort to Vlad interviews for money because they get paid for that stuff. So maybe if you were somebody who was able to position yourself for generational wealth off of the back of the opportunity that being a pro basketball player afforded you, you would not have to resort to doing internet interviews and jumping on podcasts saying salacious things for attention and algorithm plays.
Mm-hmm.
But because you were not smart enough to do those kinds of things, this is where you find yourself. And you talk about, again, I'm directing this towards Telfair, but I'm really talking to men in general. You fail society in general when you do become that guy who has to do these things because you didn't see to it to build from the ground up with the opportunities that you were given to you when you had the chance to seize upon those opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
This guy was a prodigy coming out of high school. When we were going, like, bro, when we were in high school,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
one of the biggest names I heard
Mm-hmm.
out of New York was Telfair.
Mhm.
Telfair. Telfair was like YouTube before there was YouTube. There was all of these tapes and one mixtape clips, all of this stuff about what Telfair was doing in New York. I thought the dude was a prodigy.
Yeah, me too.
I thought he was finna come into the league and tear the shit up.
Yep.
Instead, we got career underachievement.
Yep.
We got what's his best year as a pro? Like I'm looking at his career stats here,
Oh, bro, he
and
barely played.
I'm seeing in 2009, 2010, he was on Cleveland. He averaged 9.8 points, 45% field goal percentage, 22% from three, which is terrible. 1 rebound a game, which is bad. 3 assists a game, which is bad if you're a point, and zero point 0.5 steals per game. That looks like the best single season he put together. Looking at these numbers at face value.
Well, what season that
So
is?
that was
2000.
2009, 2010.
Yeah, and he only played 4 games. That's why.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Games played 4.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
well then
that's why.
yeah. So get rid of what I just said there.
Yeah.
So if we want to take into account games played, he played 78 games with the Celtics in 2006, 2007, 6 points a game, 37% from the field, which again, bad if you're a guard, 28% from three, round up to 29 if you want to be generous, bad if you're a guard, 1.4 rebounds a game, three assists a game, bad if you're a point, 0.6 steals a game. Like the guy was a career underachiever.
Mm-hmm.
There is a correlation between that kind of guy who does not maximize on his opportunities and the kind of guy who becomes a gossip queen on the internet. It's sad.
Yeah.
But we're losing our way. Men, we're losing our way. We're not builders anymore. We're not creators. We're not establishing any sort of foundation that can have us respected by our peers and by our women. We're just doing the same thing that everyone else does. Do as the Romans do. Get on a culture vulture like Vlad's culture vulturing show and lament about a guy who isn't even alive to defend his merits anymore. And what are you all talking about? Women, of course, of all things, we're talking about women. So it's disgusting. It's gross. I watched that video and I almost threw up in my mouth, but it is to be expected. The currency of attention nowadays is just as palpable as actual currency. Many people leverage it and turn it into actual currency. It's just upsetting when you see people like him, and he's not alone. There's others, but it's upsetting to see people like him basically be Larsa Pippen.
Yeah.
And do what Larsa Pippen does. Do what Kim Kardashian does. Do what the rest of these celebritantes do, currying favor with attention currency in order to try and get notoriety and a little chunk of change. It's sad. It really is.
Yeah, truly sucker stuff, man. So yeah, man. Something like this, he's banned, bro. He's like, there's not much he can say to actually get in my good graces at this point. Because he was willing to do that. That's something that you tell to your boy. It's not DJ Vlad with whatever 0.1 million subscribers. So if you want to share that story with your boys, hey man, have at it, man. That's not outing him to the world. So really lame stuff. And yeah, man, but honestly, I think we're going to see more of this now. Somebody like McCoy doing it, who's clearly getting a check from Fox, but I guess that ain't enough. You still got to go viral on your own platform, whatever it takes. So these guys are doing, and we just covered Gil. And it's crazy that these athletes are now turning into the people we don't like, and it's crazy. Like, we used to defend the players from the media from doing this to them. Now they're coming into the media and just doing it now. They're becoming everything that I'm pretty sure they used to criticize from Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith. So it's quite ironic. So sorry, Sebastian Kick Rocks. Stack 5. You still could kick rocks too, bro. But but I agree with you on this. Hey, I can be objective, player. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you on this one, man. But wild stuff, bro. Wild stuff.
It is, man. It's gross. Shouts out, man. Ray from Flint. He said it's morally wrong that Telfair did that. In this internet era, his daughters are getting older, and things like this will be sent to them by other miserable people trying to tarnish the legacy of Kobe. So,
yep.
Hard to argue that point, man. But attention-seeking behavior, just like all of the rest of the stuff that we talk about on this channel, the sexual marketplace, OnlyFans, attention-seeking behavior, you can throw all of that into the pot of like stuff that's supposed to be on the fringes of society. but we're just normalizing it to the point where we're desensitized to the idea that there's something wrong with it. And so I do agree with you. There's going to be more of these guys doing these goofy interviews, airing out stuff with when it comes to women on other men, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
And honestly, and bro got a good point, man. The Kobe slander needs to stop. Like I still don't understand it. The man's gone. And there's still like there's too many headlines coming out about him about like lame stuff like this or whatever. So yeah, man, I'm not for it, man. I think just let certain people rest, man. So but I don't know what's going on with that campaign. It seems to be something with that. I don't know why. But yeah, man, people like to take jabs at Kobe now. I don't know what that's about.
Oh, yeah. Shouts out to Stack. Telfair, do better, bro.
Tighten up, bro.
Yeah. Do better, bro. And all my men out there, we need to just do better.
Real,
That's a conscious approach PSA, man. We got to do better.
Hey, honestly, and especially our generation, like, hey, we got to hold it down for men in world history. And we don't want to be the ones that drop the ball for real. We don't want to be responsible for that, man. So tighten up, man.
Yeah. Facts, yeah. But on that note, we are going to close this stream out. Good stuff. JV wins Dogon SS once again. Another Conscious Approach episode in the books. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Shouts out to everybody on the chat. Dudley, as always. Flint from Michigan, man. Appreciate you. Ray from Flint. Sorry, Ray from Flint. But yeah, JV Wins on Instagram at JV Wins, JVWINS. Conscious Approach also on Instagram at Con Approach, CONAPPROACH. Shouts out to once again, I want to give one more shouts out to BJ Santana, who sent us the Drea De Matteo content that we use for our first block tonight, man. We appreciate you as well. You the real MVP. Shouts out to everybody who follows along and likes what we do here on the channel. Be on the lookout for when you can check us out on all of the podcast platforms. But until then, everybody keep your head up, man. Think for yourself, and we'll catch you on the next video.
Yeah. And as JV says, man, we really appreciate you guys for liking, subscribing, and leaving them comments. Really appreciate you guys. But as I say on every pod, guys, don't be too high, don't be too low. Keep it calm, keep it chill, keep it plug, and don't let anybody get you off your pivot. You know what I'm saying? So follow me at Dogon_SS on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So until next time, guys. Peace.
Yeah, fellas, put the OnlyFans down. Put it down. Let it go.
Drop it. Drop it. Let it go, man. And put down the lotion, player. There's a whole world out there.
It really is. It really is. But we'll see y'all later, man. We out. Peace.
Peace. Later, y'all. Go Canes. Go Heat.